Welcome to Live from the Hot Wheels room. Today I'm going to make a short video. We're going to look at the Demolition Man series of cars. There's 9 cars in that series. It's from the movie. And the movie had Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes. They were frozen for 36 years in like a cryogenic case. One of them was trained to be like Stallone. He was trained to knit in his cryostasis. And Wesley Snipes, being the criminal, was given all kinds of computer hacking skills and martial arts stuff, and then they're pitted against each other. So it was a cool movie. I remember when it first came out. Loved the movie, loved the Hot Wheels. A lot of the cars that were in the movie are other cars Hot Wheels had in their mainline series. So they would have been on the blue cards, the Pontiac Banshee, the Aurora, the Camaro, the old 442. So you'll recognize some of the cars just from the main line, but they did use them in the movie. So when we've got the full set to check out, so I'm going to flip the camera around and we're going to check them out. I'll show you this one first. This is actually puzzle part number 1. Shows the Olds 442. Has the cars on the back. And you'll notice this car here is actually not the car that they used in this set. Or at least not the car that I have. They do have a little 3-wheel car, but it ain't that car. That's a different model that's released in the Hot Wheels, so they must have changed it when they actually put them out. Anyway, so that's the back of the package. This is what the front of the package looks like. Let me zoom this out a little bit. The Demolition Man. There's the 442. This is actually card number 1. We'll just sit that up there. So yeah, so here we go, 442. This is the good card, but the image has fallen down, as you can see in the base there. But they all make a puzzle. So that's number 1. Puzzle piece number 2 is the SAPD police car, which is kind of a cool car. So that's number 2. Number 3 is the Corvette Stingray 3. This one came out. This was on the blue card, I believe. It was like there was purple, and I think there was also a dark blue one released. But this one looks pretty tough with those coal mold wheels on it. Like the way that looks. I think that's one of the cool ones. And then the other thing that I noticed about this whole series is most of the cars in the set are red. There's just a couple that aren't, and this would be one of them. The Pontiac Salsa, nice bright orange, solid silver painted window, gray interior, kind of a off-white gray color. Next up, Buick Wildcat. Never was a huge fan of this car. This one is another one. You saw it in like the splatter paint series, and it was on blue card as well. So it's been around a long time. It's just not it's kind of a boring car, actually. And then this car here is the GM Lean Machine. And this is the one that they ended up using. But what they're showing on the back is that is obviously not the same car. So, but this is the one that they went with. GM Lean Machine. And next up, the Oldsmobile Aurora. Also kind of a boring car. I believe this car came out kind of an aqua teal color. I remember seeing on the blue card. And these all go in order. There's what it looked like. The actual. Next, Pontiac Banshee. Loved this car as a kid. The one I had was just a mainline, and it had the dark charcoal, almost black windows. You couldn't really see through them. This one's got the clear windows. The one I had ultra hot wheels, but that is a super sharp looking car. I like it. I've always liked that car. I guess probably have a little bit of an attachment to it just because it was one of my cars as a kid. That was one of my favorite ones. So, and then the Chevrolet ACC Camaro. This is the last part to the puzzle. This is back when the Camaro was first coming out with this new body style, and I remember it was like a big deal. Everybody was super excited about that new Camaro, and this was early 90s that this car, I think, what do we got, 90, 93, so probably 92, 91, 92. Anyway, there it is. And I realized that there was a few of these that I didn't do a super close-up on, so I'll just go ahead and give you the close-up on those. Buick Wildcat. Pontiac Salsa. And in the movie, the photo of it had like a little canopy on the back, kind of. Very interesting the way they made it look. Do a close-up of the 442. Not quite as cool as the original Redline 442, but still cool anyway. And then the SAPD car. This car kind of reminds me of what's called Alien, I think. There's what it looked like in the movie. Yeah, and then there's the last one, and I believe we did do a close-up of that one, but I just like it. Alright, so I'm going to pause for a second, and then we're going to come back and we're going to look at a few tattoo machines just to do a quick little second part. Okay, so we're back. Here's the first tattoo machines. Let me zoom out so you can see the package. They all came with these little tattoos, little water slide tattoos. They were very popular, but I don't know if anybody actually ever really wore the tattoos. Maybe. They did have some pretty cool cars. The reason I ended up with these is because I was hunting for a car that I had as a kid. It took me a long time to remember what it was. Anyway, this one here is called Open Wide. It looks like the back glass of that has that almost like the, I don't know if that's a mold divot or if that's like the Scene Machines back thing where they would put the image like the Bart Simpson van has. Alright, next one here, Igor. Kind of a cool little Porsche. Some eyeball tattoos. I believe the images on the back are the same as the last one. These are not all of the cars, so we'll look at the backs of each of them as we're going through it because I know there's other ones that aren't there. This one here, Bus Boys, has the school bus. Actually pretty heavy casting for being all plastic. The base is metal, but it is pretty substantial feeling. And there's the front. On the back is the same as the others. And I don't have the other school bus. Next up, we have Hot Wheels, which is the name of the, I believe that's the Race Bait 308 Ferrari, with the Hot Wheels logos all over it and the Hot Wheels tattoos. I picked that one up just because it had the Hot Wheels stuff on it. The back has those cars. And the last one, and this is the one that I had to hunt down, it's called Ammo. I loved this car as a kid. It's super Mad Maxy looking. Has guns on the back. And we had this exact one, and it took me forever to figure out what it was, because I kept finding the ammo car, but it didn't look like this. I didn't realize it was a tattoo machine for a long time. So that is the last one. Look at the back real quick. Looks like the same image. I'm not sure how many of those tattoo machines they actually made, but I think it was quite a few. And then, I don't know, it just seemed like a good day to make a video, so I came out here to do that, and we're all done. Maybe next time we'll look at some M2 machines. I've got quite a few of those. I tried to do some cleanup and some organization today. Got a lot of stuff just random roaming around in here that needs to be put away, organized. Some things I'm going to open. Actually kind of running out of room in the Hot Wheels room, so I'm also looking at some new creative solutions for storage. So we'll see what I come up with. My wife's got a really good creative solution for me. She said sell them all and take me to Disney World. I think that's a terrible, shitty idea, though. So we're not going to do that. All right. Till next time. Peace.